Yeah, so we're here at the Engineer Cafe down in the basement. I'm here with Benoit.
Yes.
He's going to tell us all about some mushrooms.
Yes, exactly. Yes. This is Helsieni from Finland. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation. I'm going to grab the opportunity that I am in Fukuoka for some days at the invitation of the city to show what we are doing with coffee in Finland.
Awesome.
And how we help people to grow mushrooms out of the coffee grounds, and then, which is usually coffee waste.
Yes.
I propose to very simply to explain what we do with the most basic products that we have, and then we will prepare a kit that I can give to you, and then all the people who comes to Engineer's Cafe can enjoy and see how it's going.
Yeah, so I think it's a very rushed plan. We just got everything together in a few days, very little planning, but we're going to try and focus on today making it.
Yeah.
Putting the spores and the things in the box, and then over the next month people can watch and see, how they grow, what happens.
Yes, if we have done it correctly, it should work well.
Fingers crossed.
So this is the starter kit.
Yes.
This is basically a small box with all the magic inside, which is a spawn bag of mycelium of one mushroom called the oyster mushrooms, or in the Japanese name is hiratake. And I just realized that we need scissors. And
oh, don't worry, we've got almost everything down here. So scissors, I can definitely find at least something sharp. Where are the cutters? These will work. These work well.
That should work.
Yeah, they're very sharp.
Can I just, if it's possible, just to clean it with a boiling water? That would
good
be
idea.
perfect.
Yeah. So why are we cleaning everything with boiling water? What's going on there?
Well, that's the idea of the mushroom is that. With that spawn, we are going to put it in a box, and on that box with coffee, we will put the spawn on the coffee.
Yes.
And why the coffee? Because when the coffee is brewed, the water going through is hot. It's almost sterilizing the whole process.
Right.
And then what happens is that the mycelium arrives in one environment where there is something to eat, basically the sugar from the coffee, which is the cellulose.
Yeah.
The same cellulose as what the mushroom eats in the forest, on the tree. And because it's completely free of any bacteria because of the process of brewing the coffee, the mushroom will be alone just to colonize all the coffee.
So we're looking for that sterile environment so these can grow and nothing else can grow. Like we don't want mold, we don't want bacteria.
That's exactly what we want, because otherwise it will start to compete with other living entities, and well, there will be a fight. And there will be a winner. Maybe not the mushroom.
Right. Okay.
So what we do is that to find a box to put that, we find any kind of box that this is just, for example, a box of smetana, some kind of cream that restaurants are using when they get it in big quantities. So we collect them, and that has a lid. On the lid we add 2 holes with a special tape that lets the mushroom breathe, and this kind of tape.
Yes.
And that's enough already to do it. Well, just to make it a bit more beautiful, we add a sticker with instructions.
Right. So that's a really nice aspect of how it's sustainable.
Exactly.
Because we're reusing the box.
Otherwise, this box would be just sent to the bins. So that's a better way to use it. Even if it would be recycled, it wouldn't be as efficient as just reusing an existing box that just needs to be cleaned, and then it's ready for use. So here it is. So what we do is that we want this place to be clean. So
Yes.
we are going to pick up some boiling water.
Yes, so the tricky thing with the boiling water is there's no sink in this room.
No, but we have a sink. This is
Okay,
the
so
other,
we've
the
got
other
a
box.
place.
The other box will be our
Brilliant.
sink for
So
today.
we're problem solving.
Yes.
So we're going to fill this boiling water, get it sterilized, chuck away the water, then try and get our mushrooms
Yes,
started.
yes.
So look, shall I grab the boiling water?
Yes.
I just don't want to burn it. We've got a bucket here. If you want to use that, might help.
Oh yes, that's even better. Yes, just to avoid any catastrophe.
So I just don't want to burn my hands off as well. So let's pouring over there nicely. Brilliant. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it was.
That's okay. I got a towel. Yeah. Is it hot? I'm sure.
It was.
Yes. Be careful. Okay.
So that's Oh.
So just a little bit of hot water.
Yeah.
Get.
Okay, the next time I do it above the.
Right. Good choice. Okay. Bucket here. Mind your hands. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just a bit of water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, this is clean.
Yes.
We will also. Well, I will do it this way.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just the ends of those
Oh,
getting nice and
that's-
sterile. Okay, clean hands, clean gloves, hopefully.
And then, well, we need coffee. But because tonight we don't have coffee, we
Even
will
though
find
there's a cafe upstairs, we just
Yeah.
didn't have the time to get it ready. But normally you would have some coffee from just regular coffee, right?
Exactly, yes. Just regular coffee from drip coffee with a filter. You can even add the filter because the filter usually is paper.
Yes.
So paper is out of wood and also
just throw it in.
also has cellulose.
Yeah.
So instead of that, we are going to use substitute, which is also a byproduct from the agriculture. It's straw.
Straw. Okay. Yeah.
Straw pellets. So basically, and that is.
Oh, nice.
Okay, let's put everything. That's around 400 grams, I think.
So this is all quite dry.
That's completely dry. Yeah.
I see.
And that's why we are going to put the water.
Okay. Stand back for this one. Let's just
Yeah.
go for it. Nice.
Don't put too much because it's getting usually quite. It gets much more volume.
Oh,
See
wow,
how
look at
it's
it go.
growing?
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
it
yeah, it's-
stand up like that. You can almost see it moving, can't you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You can also mix actually. You can put
Oh, okay.
this straw and add also a bit of coffee. That's well, that would be enough.
Okay.
I think I need to add some more
Little
water
bit
so
more,
that
little
it
bit
goes a bit more until the top.
Okay, a little bit more. Okay, that's all the water we got, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have more, but that would be enough. Maybe
So-
you will need to add a bit of
Right.
coffee.
Yes.
A bit of coffee later, but it's always possible to. I don't know how long. It's always possible to add either a bit of water or a bit of coffee later. That looks quite good.
So it's always going to be a little bit damp, is the right idea. We want a sort of damp, clean place to grow this stuff. Okay.
Then it's very hot now, so
Okay.
it should be slightly more fresh, not, or at least not that warm, because if it's too warm, the mycelium will not like it.
Right, we don't want to accidentally kill.
Yes.
bad
So that gives me also the opportunity to speak about the temperature.
Yeah.
This is basically mycelium, spawn bag of mycelium, which has to be kept at a refrigerated temperature between 2 and 6 degrees, let's say.
Yeah.
Because well, it's not critical if it's at room temperature. It's not like fish or meat. But the thing is that when it's at room temperature, it's going to live. What you see here, the white, is basically the mycelium which starts to expand.
Right.
That's because I sent it by post to here, and well,
Oh, okay.
the couple of days that it arrived in Japan has helped the mycelium just to wake up, especially this. The mycelium has been kept in the fridge, so suddenly when the temperature increase, when there is this temperature variation, it wakes up and it says, "Oh, now it's time to expand."
Yeah.
So that's the way how also the mycelium understand and react to to the temperature. Otherwise, well, if you just have the starter kit in your fridge, you can keep it 6 months, 1 year. As long as it stays fresh, it's just going to kind of hibernate in the fridge. Okay, I think the top should be okay.
Okay, so it's cooled down a little bit on top.
Yeah. So now we are going to cut it.
So that you kind of need to snip. Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty good if you get it all the way through. Yeah, it'll cut. Yeah, it's quite sharp, I think. Yeah. Okay.
So you see, it's like it has started to really to become compact. So we want it to become again some grain like that.
Oh, so you want to mix it up a bit.
And then we add it on top, especially in corners, because that's going to help to colonize all the substrate. Yeah, you see, it starts to make some real block of substrate, and that's what's going to happen inside of the box within 1 month. It will become one big block of mycelium.
Yes.
Okay.
Brilliant.
So that's ready.
Okay, so that goes on the top. Done
and
with
then
that. Just close it up.
Close it up, and that's ready.
Awesome.
Actually, within 2 or 3 days, if you open it, you will see the white, the mycelium, starting to spread a bit all over.
I see.
Because it has found a clean source of cellulose.
Yeah.
Quite tight.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's still a bit warm, but I think it should be okay still.
Yeah. So this now is going to take a while to become mushrooms. But
Yes.
what kind of place should I put it, and what kind of maintenance do I need to do?
The main issue usually is humidity.
Okay.
What you need to do is to, within 2 or 3 days, just to open to see if it's colonizing well. Well, we follow the instructions. The instructions are basically inside of that box here and behind here.
Yeah.
So we follow the instructions. Should work well.
Okay.
The mycelium should spread, colonize, and go all over the top.
Yep.
Then what will happen is that the process of colonization will continue, that the mycelium will little by little go more down and down and down and down, but only if it's relatively wet. So what you can do is every now and then, maybe once a week, open it slightly, check if it's very humid inside. If it's not, just spray some water.
Just a little bit. Just
a little bit of water. Otherwise, room temperature, and I would say a place which is relatively quiet, just to avoid too much movement around it.
So no like direct sunlight.
Direct sunlight could suddenly increase the temperature of what is inside, so that wouldn't be the best. Ideal temperature for the incubation period is about 20 degrees.
Okay.
And then when it's approximately within 1 month, we will not see it, but the mycelium will have colonized all the box.
Right.
And you can expect the first harvest to be done, because there will start to be some mushrooms going through these two holes. No need to remove the tape.
Okay.
The mushrooms will be strong enough to push it. Even if it's very well stuck, the mushroom will remove it alone.
Okay.
If you see that it's not coming, and if you are impatient, there is a small hack.
Oh, what's the hack?
Yeah.
We love a good hack. Go on.
I'm coming back to temperature.
Yeah.
The mushroom reacts mostly to the temperature. So what you do is approximately 1.5 months, almost 2 months, nothing is coming. You take the box, you put it in your fridge for one night, or maybe 24 hours.
Yeah.
Then you remove the box and put it back at room temperature. This temperature shock will probably trigger the mushroom to start to grow.
Oh, nice.
And then when the mushroom starts to grow again, try to spray some water to keep the mushroom
keep it humid, keep it moist.
Relatively humid.
Huh.
So that's our small gift for
very
Engineer Cafe.
Really nice to have it. I'm really glad we can take a look. And my plan from now, I haven't set it up yet, but I found an old smartphone. And what I'm going to do is when I find a nice spot for this, put this camera here and have this putting a picture. Maybe every hour or so, take a picture, put it online on a website we can go see. And I'll explain how I put all that together.
That's brilliant indeed.
And then we can maybe have a little time lapse or showing it growing and learn about it like that. So yeah, thank you so much for giving us this lovely gift and explaining this kind of sustainable idea, recycling, growing mushrooms. I think it's a really interesting idea, kind of fun.
Well, thank you very much for your invitation. I will be very eager to follow also when I'm back to Finland. Live evolution from what you will film. So yeah, that's nice.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So what do you have here?
Well, after you've set up the web camera in the cafe, then you can access the address, the IP address of the webcam, and see this interface.
So this page is served up by your phone?
Yeah, this page is coming directly from the phone.
Wow.
So if you turn the phone off, this page disappears. So just to check it's there, we can see the live camera feed coming from the phone. We can also see pictures, right? So we can just get a picture from the phone.
Seems like kind of a manual thing.
And also quite a slow thing today, I don't know why that is. But once you've got the picture, there we go. Here's kind of the link for getting the picture. So every time we access that link, we get a new picture.
I bet a person could automate that.
Exactly. So here's where we hop over to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so the first step is, well, you've got to get the picture, right? So you want to use the curl command, which basically curl just downloads something from the internet, a web page, a file.
Okay. So it's going to pop up in a browser? No, it doesn't pop up in a browser. It's just
no browser, just gives you all that information. You could save it, you could do something with it. So the first step is to use curl to download the image. So for example, if I have my IP address, something like this, it would probably be different if you're setting it up at home. And then maybe it's image.jpg. And doing that will download the image. Actually, if we run that, it will put binary data onto the console. You probably don't want to do that, so you can pipe it into a file using a little angle bracket like that. And that's all well and good, but that's just one command. So actually what we want to do is not just one, but many, right? We want to do it every 15 minutes. How do you run a command every 15 minutes?
Is that watch or?
Watch is a good useful command I enjoy, but
no, the answer is I don't know, or my answer is I don't know. How do you do that every 15 minutes?
Well, one way to do it is using a thing called crontab. Crontab. So like, if you type crontab-e, it will open up an editor showing you your crontab. So everything with hashes in front is just comments, giving it information. But at the top here, there's something called the cron syntax. And this is basically telling us what time we're going to do stuff. So the syntax is a little bit confusing, but basically it starts on the left, 1 minute, so minutes hours, days, weeks, months.
Okay.
So if you wanted to have something once every day, middle of the night, you could do that.
Okay.
There's a few different ways to do it, and the explanation in the file will tell you. But the way I've set it up here is every 15 minutes.
Okay. Yep.
I recommend a website called Crontab Guru,
Okay.
just because it helps explain stuff to you.
It's very easy, so
Yeah.
you don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, but often what you end up doing is writing this command here, and just, if you have it all asterisks, if you do something like this, then that means every minute. Which is a good way to test if something's working, right?
Yeah.
Make a file every minute. Okay, it's making the file every minute. It looks like it's working, and then rewrite the rules. So I often do the left-hand side last.
Okay. Okay. That's good advice.
But you can do any command you like. So you could have, for example, a Python script running. You could have just a command line command like curl, like we saw, that could run. But because my script's a little bit longer, I put the whole thing into a script file called webcam.sh, a shell script file. And so it runs it with the bash shell every time. I'm just going to quit this. Oh, it's going to complain that I haven't written, so I'm going to quit with an exclamation mark. So let's take a look at the script, if I can remember where it is. Do you remember the path? It was, I think it was just webcam.sh.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so this is what's inside the script file, and there's 2 lines there, but they're both very long, so they're wrapping around. But let's take a look. So first thing we have is we have the curl command doing the accessing the photo, putting that photo into a folder on the desktop. But because I'm going to run this command many, many times, what I did is every time the file name is different. And I'm just using this date command here to turn the current time and date into a string and into a file name, so every file name will be different.
That is such
in order.
That's such a clever way to put the date in the file name.
Very, very useful.
Yeah.
And it makes sure everything is order. And my tip for this is make sure you do years, months, days, hours, minutes, seconds. In that order, because then when you sort them, they'll be in order. If you do it the other way around, or you do like months as a word or something like that, it won't sort.
That's a nightmare.
Yep. And then the next command, so these are going to run one after the other. The next command, a little bit complicated way of doing it, but it lists the files in the folder, grabs the last one, and because they're in order, the last one is the most recent one. It takes that most recent file name, copies that using the cp command. Xargs just helps put the file name into the cp command, and it copies it to this directory here, var/www/html/mushroom/mushroom.jpg. And you can probably see that, because I've got this www, it's the web directory, which there's a web server already running on this machine. So let's take a look at that directory for a start. So if I just do ls, I can list the contents of the directory. This is where we're copying everything. It's very simple. What has it got? It's got an HTML file. It's got a couple of images, and the one that we change every time is called Mushroom, the one in the middle there.
Okay, so there were date stamps, but the date stamp isn't here. The timestamp isn't here. Right?
Yeah, great point. Because the copy command, the input is the file name with the date stamp, but the output is mushroom.jpg every time.
Every time, same name.
So it's always the same file, and that's important because when I have my web page, and let's take a look at the web page now, the file name is the same because the web page is going to look at it. So let's take a look. quite hard to read in this editor. It's kind of a bit messed up, but you can see in the middle there the web page is using the mushroom.jpg file in there. And so every time that gets overwritten, anytime someone looks at the web page, it will show them this new mushroom image. And that's basically it. So there's only one thing left to do, right? Go take a look at the web page. And here it is. So this is what we just saw.
Nice.
The image mushroom.jpg is here.
Yeah.
Getting updated every 15 minutes because of the cron tab command, and the curl command is running every 15 minutes on the cron tab to download that image from the original phone. And yeah, the kind of missing piece of the puzzle is you need a web server set up on your computer or your Raspberry Pi. So this has Nginx set up. Apache will do exactly the same thing. They're both great solutions. But once you've got a web server set up, anything you put in this HTML folder is accessible on the web.
That's great. That's fantastic. Was Nginx difficult for you to set up, or is it pretty easy?
Not too bad. I think Apache and Nginx both have pretty good introduction guides. If you search for how to install Apache on Raspberry Pi, it's definitely doable. You tend to have to just change a few config files and stuff, but if you're comfortable editing config files, you're comfortable on the command line, you'll be able to do it.
Great. Great. If people want to come over here and set up a web server, is that something we can do at the Engineer Cafe?
Yeah, the Engineer Cafe, people can use, we have a special router if you want to practice like setting up a web server, trying out some networking stuff. We have a kind of open router that we use for events and Raspberry Pi stuff. So yeah, by all means, if you want to come to the Engineer Cafe, you definitely can. Yeah.
Where should I get a Raspberry Pi if I want to mess around with a Raspberry Pi and learn how to use one?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, we have Raspberry Pis right here that you can borrow. So if you're not sure, you can't buy one because no one can buy one, then yeah, if you want to mess around with a Raspberry Pi, come here and you can do it right here for free.
I don't even have to buy one. That's amazing.
Right, thanks. So looking forward to doing the next video when we actually have some mushrooms growing.
Yeah.
See you
I'm looking
soon.
forward to it.